Morning everyone, welcome back to my channel Stop, Reflect and Go. I hope you all are fine at your places. So today sharing with you the most powerful part of the book, The Skillful Teacher, that is 16 Maxims of Skillful Teaching. So let's get started. Maxim 1, that is attend to your emotional survival. Now the Maxim 1, it has nothing to do with the methodology, pedagogy or instructional approaches, but it is very important because if you do not take care of yourself emotionally, you will be in no fit shape to help students learn. So before entering the classroom, make sure that you are not in a state of emotional exhaustion. So what is emotional survival? Surviving emotionally is basically maximizing the amount of time you feel in a state of flow or working effortlessly yet creatively in your classroom. So if you are a teacher, make sure when you enter your classroom, you are in your best emotional state. Maxim 2nd, expect ambiguity. Now teachers, they come across the chaos in their classrooms on everyday basis for every event or lesson. For every event or lesson in which we feel things will be working out as we anticipated, there will be surprises and confusions to our expectations. And remember, contest and contingency will distort the most perfectly planned curriculum or project. So we are never in full control of our classroom, and when you think that things are not turning out as you thought, understand that this is quite normal, and I think this gives teachers a space to try out something new spontaneously and see what happens next. Maxim 3, perfection is an illusion. Now we all, as we perceive the image of the teacher, we expect her to be knowing all and one who is trained to respond immediately and appropriately to any query, but this is just an illusion, and expecting perfection from teachers may have bad consequences on them. For example, some of them, they develop anxiety disorder and they tend to quit their job. Others, they have a disconnect belief that whatever they will do, it will not be appreciated or considered. Perfection is just a thought of achieving balance. Now in trying to be responsive to students while covering the important points, using different learning styles, and in the meanwhile taking care of the class, you will never be able to achieve the equilibrium. So teachers, don't be hard on yourselves, and remember, working on the edge yet not achieving balance is the name of the game. Maxim 4, ground your teaching to how your students are learning. So teachers, you have to make a constant and deliberate effort to know what and how your students are learning. Always watch for the non-verbal actions, and always listen to what your students have to say. Now in this process, teachers may get impatient as it take away their invaluable time, but it is true that students will be understanding concepts and assimilating knowledge only if you take feedback from them. Now the question is how to take feedback from the students. There are a number of methods. I'll share with you 4 methods. First is 1 minute paper. Now 1 minute paper, it can be used in the start of the session as well as in the end of the session. Now teachers, while introducing a lesson to them, they can ask a question that why is today's lesson important, or what is the most important point that we need to address in today's lesson. So students, they can be asked to write for 1 minute. They should be given time to reflect upon their topic and write for 1 minute. Second is learning audit. Now learning audit, it can be used on weekly basis. So teachers at the end of the week, they can ask students that what is something new you know today that you didn't know last week. Then how can you use this information? Teacher can ask how can you teach others while using this information. Third is clickers. Now clickers, they can be used at any time in the class. Teacher can ask a question and give 4 or 5 options. Students, they need to click to the right option. So it gives an idea and a feedback to teachers that students are learning as the lesson is going on. Now the fourth is Madeas Point. Teachers, they can ask students that what was the most confusing part of today's lesson, or what is the most poorly explained concept of today's lesson. So Madeas Point, it gives an idea to a teacher to what to be reviewed next time when the class meets. Maxim 5, be wary of standardized approaches or models. Now teachers, don't always fall for the model or approaches you have studied or learned, because no particular approach will ever apply to all the people in all the settings. So good teaching is basically gathering data from all the resources you have and then mingling it together to make a sense of your own situation. Maxim 6, always learn something new and difficult. So teachers, always volunteer yourself to learn something new every day or learn something that scares you, because only then you will be able to relate to your students and know what it feels like to learn something new and difficult. And yes, it will obviously provide excellent insights for you and as well as students. Maxim 7, create diversity. Now for every class, workshop or learning event, make sure teachers that you present your ideas in 3 different styles or models. Why 3 different models? Because this will automatically raise a chance of learning among students, and every student will know that his or her style is being addressed, which will be energizing for them. And teachers, please don't fall for the habitual pattern of teaching every day in your classroom. Maxim 8, don't be afraid to take risk. So good teachers, they should take risk in full knowledge, because the more you take risk, the more is a chance of you getting better day by day, and there is more chance that your risk will be justified by the students and will likely to be pay off. Why? Because students, they like surprises in their classes, and good conversation start with the good surprises. Students should develop the curiosity of what is going to come on next. Only that will keep them engaged and alert. So teachers, keep on adding risk and surprises to your classrooms on everyday basis. Maxim 9, take your instincts seriously. Now many of us believe that the knowledge given in the textbooks or books, they are much more important, and therefore we fail to take actions we feel correct in a particular situation. You should always see if something is not working in your class. You should always be free or be bold to take appropriate actions and see what can be done next. Maxim 10, learning is emotional. So teachers, you have to understand the students, they connect emotionally, and it is very obvious that in the learning process they have to shed their past beliefs or patterns and adopt a new set of learning skills and knowledge. Now this may show a kind of anger and resentment from their side, but teachers, you have to know that this is very natural and you have to work your way around to handle the situation. Maxim 11, acknowledge your personality. Now, students, they need to feel that they are in the presence of an authentic teacher, one whom they can trust. So, if you teach in a manner that gives false aspect of your personality, it may sound inauthentic. So, don't waste your valuable time and energy in being something that you are not. Remember, you are a helper of a learner, not a performer. Maxim 12, don't just evaluate yourself by student satisfaction. So many of us, we come into this field of teaching because we are passionate about it and we want to help our kids and students learn better. And deep down, all of us, we crave for the liking from our students. And when we do not get that appreciation for all the efforts we put in, we conclude that we have failed. So teachers, don't take feedback too hard on yourself. Feedback from students, they may be a sign that they are being pushed and stretched out of their comfort zone. But if the feedback is universal, that is, if it's coming from your students, from your colleagues, from your seniors, then you need to keep a check and make appropriate changes according to it. Now remember that learning is never appreciated until it has happened, and seed planted, it flowers long after the gardener has departed the scene. Maxim 13, remember the importance of support and challenge. Now it's very important to have a balance between being supportive and challenging them. Obviously, if you are a teacher, you have to be supportive to your kids because it will give them confidence, and at the same time it's important to challenge them so that they are able to go beyond their limits and think what they are capable of. And while in the process, do not use harsh words to them because it may destroy them for a long time. I still remember when I was a child, I still remember the harsh words used by my teachers. Maxim 14, recognize and accept your power. Now in a classroom setting, teacher has a power over the kids. So teachers, you should accept this power and try to drive the learning you wish to encourage in the students. In the classroom, just don't be a silent observer because you never know how your silence may be taken up by the students. Share your brain on aspects they wish to know your opinion about. Maxim 15, view yourself as a helper of learning. Remember, when you enter the classroom, you are not here to impress anyone, you're not here to dazzle anyone, or you're not here to show your command over the subject. You are here to facilitate learning among the students, and so relying on just one approach is a bad idea because you are addressing many individuals at the same time. So plan activities, make assignments, do whatever is possible at your end, and also help students locate online content, videos and audios. Lastly, if you are able to help students in these small challenges and have helped them acquire new knowledge and skill, then you have really done a wonderful job, and this is essentially the story of teaching. Maxim 16, don't just trust what you have heard or read. So finally, in the end, as stressed earlier, always follow your instincts and decide what is best for your classroom, and not just rely on the things that you have just read or heard. Remember, ideas and words, they can change the world. Remember Robin Williams in the movie Dead Poets Society? How he challenges the orthodox routine of a famous school and actually help his students learn and facilitate learning. He helped his students find their purpose, their voice, their walk in the world that is too fixated on my way is the only way. So I request and I would like every teacher to watch this movie at least once in their lifetime. Thank you for watching this, and if you have not subscribed my channel, please do subscribe my channel, and for more book reviews, stay tuned. Thank you.